Hey guys, this is Curtis Alexander. In this video, I will be answering the question, can you take zinc to help with PMS or hormonal symptoms? I've done other videos on zinc. I'd encourage you to check them out. I'll cover some of the topics on this as well, but there are some problems supplementing with zinc. But first of all, let's tackle the PMS question. So not a lot of studies on this. I want to tackle the first one, which involved looking at women who had PSOS. Now, PSOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome, can be painful, has some side effects with it, but I want to include it because it does have a hormonal component, and I thought it would be important to look at. So they took women who had PSOS who were also taking metformin. Metformin is our first-line therapy for PSOS. They supplemented them with zinc at 220 milligrams a day, which gave them 50 milligrams of elemental zinc. They did that for 8 weeks, and they did find there was an improvement in the hair loss that these women experienced. There was also a decrease in the facial hair growth, which you can see with PSOS. It had no effects on acne. So again, not directly PMS related, but somewhat related. It's worth looking at. There was a small study that looked strictly at PMS. They took 60 female college students and they gave them 30 milligrams of elemental zinc for 3 months. And what they found, that it did improve their quality of life, but it had no improvement, no effect on their sleep quality. Why they looked at those two things in particular, I'm not sure, but it is somewhat promising. But again, going back to what I said in the beginning, there's some problems when you supplement with zinc, or really any other individual mineral, vitamin, those sorts of things, is it affects other things down the line. And zinc has a bunch of effects down the line. One of which is that when you give somebody zinc, it contains a compound called metallothionein, and that binds copper in your gut. And over time, if you take high enough amounts of zinc, which a lot of people do, you can experience basically a copper deficiency. I've had people contact me who are like, hey, I was supplementing with zinc. I wanted to improve their immune system. That's why most people were doing it. And then they do it at high doses for a long enough time, they start experiencing those signs and symptoms that point to a copper deficiency. So if you're going to do it, I do it very short term. The other thing is zinc competes directly with the same pathway that absorbs iron. So if you're taking zinc, you may not absorb iron, vice versa. They compete with each other. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't supplement with zinc, but you always have to come back to diet and lifestyle. If zinc is helpful for PMS, then yeah, maybe it's a component in that, but that also means that there's other minerals that are playing in that. The food you eat play a huge role. Something that comes to mind, I mentioned liver a lot. Granted, liver is kind of disgusting for some people, but it comes with a lot of these compounds that work together, okay? As opposed to just giving somebody zinc, and if their levels get out of whack, again, we can see things like copper deficiency. So to answer the question, can it help with PMS? There's some evidence to point to it maybe helping with it. I don't think it's enough. I don't think the benefit is there to supplement with zinc for PMS. I think there's risk factors to affecting some of these other things. Talk to your doctor. If you do supplement with zinc, I would do it at lower doses, and I would do it short term, and I would do it temporary. I wouldn't do it long term. So if you've used zinc before, if it helped PMS, let me know in the comments. It's helpful for other viewers, helpful for me to hear your feedback. So speaking of which, I hope this helped. I will see you in the next one, guys. Thanks.